Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercies endure it forever. This is the Glades Garden Girl over here in Zone 10A, Florida. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to all of you, my subscribers, likers, sharers, and commenters. Today, I want to talk to you about containers. So, guys, you must have all known by now that the Glades Garden Girl is obsessed with containers. It doesn't matter the size or the shape, I will put it to use. So, today I really want to share with you some very important factors about containers and what we plant in them. A few weeks ago, I started some moringa plants. I think it was approximately 5 of them. I have this one and I have this one right here. I actually uppotted these moringa plants into these 2 5-gallon buckets. This is an update on my moringa that was planted January 14th. I planted 1 seed in this spot. It germinated. This is the height of it right now. I planted 2 seeds in this one, and there is also 1 plant. Today I will be transplanting them in 2 5-gallon buckets. So I am going to use a spoon to take out this one. As you can see, the seed is right here. And then I'm going to put it down in here. Here's the other one. Up close, this one. Always remember, guys, to water your transplants, and they're thriving pretty well. But today I will be uppotting these moringa plants again, and my reason for doing so, guys, is because these moringa plants, they are going to grow into some very big plants. All right, so these half a 55-gallon barrels that you see right here, it has a lot of space, and we can actually plant multiple plants in one of these half a 55-gallon barrels. If I should recommend a container for somebody to start a garden, I would recommend a 55-gallon barrel. That is, if you have access to them, you can cut it in half and you can fill it up with soil, but in the bottom of it I would advise you put some sticks and branches and whatever, so you would actually use less soil. All right, so yes, as I was saying, the reason why I want to take out the moringa plant is because it's going to grow much bigger, and I want it to have enough space so when the roots they are expanding, it is not going to be a problem for them. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone grow moringa plants in a 5-gallon bucket, but you know, sometimes when we're transplanting, we just want to take it by strides and put them in a little bigger pot than what they were in before. All right, So here I have some other containers in the middle section right here. These are not 5-gallon buckets. I'm not even sure what gallons they are. Right? They look like about 3 gallons. And I have 3 bell peppers growing right here. So when I take out my moringa plants, I am going to put a bell pepper in this one, a bell pepper in this one, and a bell pepper in this one. But anywho, today I will be transplanting the moringas, and I am going to put them in these barrels right here. So I'm going to put one in here, and I'm going to put one in here. All right? Okay, so what's the first thing I'm going to do? All right, so before I take out those moringa plants, I want to prep these 2 barrels right here. And I also want to show you this tomato plant. It's actually a volunteer tomato plant, guys, that I found. And I'm growing it with some beans, and I have some marigolds, and I have borage down in here. I had 2 okras, but I don't know what happened to them. They just dry up. So that is just to show you guys that in these half of 55-gallon barrels, you can plant several plants. I mean, you can have an entire garden. You can have an entire garden in one of these. All you have to do is to ensure what type of plants can actually grow together. Because companion planting, when you do that, it enables each plant, as a matter of fact, complement each other and help them to strive better. So you can go ahead and get yourself a 55-gallon barrel and cut it in half and start a garden today. Going forward, I will be focusing on more of the 55-gallon barrels because they are more durable. They last for several years versus the 5-gallon buckets and the other buckets. Because this morning when I came out, guys, and when I was lifting one of the 5-gallon buckets, the bucket started shelling out in my hand, you know. Yes, actually started breaking, falling apart in my hand. So honestly, that is even one of the reasons why I want to share with you today and show you some of the different types of containers that I use in my garden. As soon as I am done transplanting these moringa plants, I will show them to you. Let me get these in, and then I will show you some more of the containers that I'm actually growing in. Alright, so something that I have always practiced is when I am going to do a transplant, I love to water the area to help me to do a very easy transplant. It will loosen the soil a little bit, and the plant will not get a lot of transplant shock. All right, so you see this, guys, look at this. It came out with a lot of the roots and the soil around it, and this is what I really love. All right, now I have to take it over to its new home. Oh yes. And guys, I didn't tell you that I added some blood meal in the bottom right here. So the blood meal will actually help the roots to get established. I'm going back for the other one. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, y'all saw that worm? Hope you did. All right, so this is number 2. And I am not going to leave her alone. I'm not going to leave them alone. I am going to, you know, I think I should plant this one a little bit deeper. Okay. All right. And guys, always remember, after every transplant you do, you need to water them in. Alright guys, there we have our moringa plants in their new homes. I will be mulching these barrels maybe a little later. But for right now, I want to show you some of the different containers that I'm actually growing in. So right here we have a stackable planter that is made out of some juice bottles and a piece of stick. So if you have your juice bottles, guys, do not throw them out. You can go ahead, cut them, and make a stackable planter like this one. I had some beets in here, but I took them out and I planted them in this stackable planter recently. So these stackable planters, they're actually from the Dollar Tree, and I bought these like over 4 years now. They are breaking down, but I'm still getting use out of it. I add it in the middle of the garden right here, but each time I pass by it I was bouncing it over, so I put it here, and then I added this pot in the middle section here, and I planted some Swiss chard in there. Now the reason why I planted the Swiss chard in this pot is because the Swiss chard, the roots, they are not very big roots. All right, so you can plant your Swiss chard in a container like this, and you can plant your beets in a container like this. You can also plant beets in a container like this, guys. As for these black pots right here, you can plant beets, Swiss chard, carrots, peppers, flowers, a variety of things. It depends on the size of the fruit that you are expecting. And you can even plant peas, like sugar snap peas, in those black pots. And in this white one I do have sugar snap peas. Oh yes, let me show you the square containers back here. So I have halo orange. This is actually a volunteer orange plant. I have like 6 of them. So you can plant like fruit trees, like dwarf fruit trees in these containers. This is going to be transplanted though, because it's getting bigger. See, it's getting bigger. There is actually 2 parts to it now, and I didn't even realize. And I have some peppers in there. I have to take these covers off real soon. And also in the half of 55-gallon barrels, I would recommend you plant things like okras, tomatoes, fruit trees, things that have a very big root system. Here I have a basil that is growing in that container back there. And I have, okay, let me go outside. I have some blueberry bushes growing in here. I actually have 4 of them. And honestly, I think I might be taking out these blueberry bushes, because you know what? They do not have a deep root system. Or I might just let them stay, because I just recently added them in here. And they're about to produce, so I don't want to bother them. I have these yellow beans that I got from the city. So I recently harvested some carrots from this bin. And the reason why you can grow carrots in this bin is because this bin is about, looks like about 12 inches deep. So that is a good depth for us to grow carrots in here. I will be growing some lemongrass in this, because I want it to grow wide and big and fluffy. And I'm also planning on growing some turmeric in these containers as well. I do have some more pigeon pea coming up in these half a barrels. These are some new ones. I have flowers in this 5-gallon bucket, pigeon pea. And look at this, guys. This is actually an avocado plant growing in this 5-gallon bucket. And the reason why I did not put it in the half a 55-gallon barrel is because this will be going to our food forest real soon. And this is a pigeon pea plant growing in one of my half a 55-gallon barrel. My very first time growing pigeon peas in a container, as a matter of fact. And look at this. A lemon. I actually started this lemon plant from seeds, guys. And you see how well it is growing in this pot? Not pot, barrel. It is growing exceptionally well in this half a 55-gallon barrel. All right, so now in here, I have these coffee creamer bottles, and I am growing thyme in them. And here is a bok chow. Ooh, looks like it is also infested with, oh Lord, some white flies or something. I have to get rid of this. I don't want to be touching anything else with this hand. Okay, yeah. So these are my thyme growing in these coffee creamer bottles. I have some red pole beans growing along with a Scotch bonnet pepper in this 5-gallon bucket. I have another Scotch bonnet pepper over here, and in here I have 2 pole bean, and this is my grape. I actually had the grape in a smaller container, but it's now in the half a 55-gallon barrel. The last time I moved this, guys, the roots was actually in the ground. You might not consider this as a container, but it is a container, and this is actually a old wheelbarrow. Old wheelbarrow. So if you have an old wheelbarrow lying around in your yard, you can fill it with soil and you can grow stuff in it. All right, and this is a very popular one, Burger King cup. I don't know who doesn't go to Burger King. So I guess a lot of us do not have any excuse of starting a garden, because there's so many containers that we can utilize. So you can go in your Burger King cups, and these are my pineapples. Yeah, look at these roots. Yeah, I should be planting this out really soon. And these are some of my longest standing containers. I actually started my garden with these 4 years ago. And these are the black pots right here. And a lot of you saw when I was salvaging these baskets from the dumpster. So I have bok choy, I have green onions in them. And look at this pineapple growing in this black pot right here. This is my mother rosemary plant growing in a half a barrel. And here I have some lettuce, beets, and I can see a few marigold growing in these baskets right here. And I got these from the roadside as well, guys. And these are some containers that I bought 4 years ago when I just started my garden. I didn't know better, so I bought them. Okay. All right, yeah, I need to show you all this. This is orchid. I got this orchid as a gift from a former co-worker. And do you all see what the orchid is in? This is actually a vegetable, like I think it was a sweet corn or sweet peas or something that came in this tin. So if you are, oh Lord, guys, my phone just went out. So if you are going to grow something in it, you need to put a hole in the bottom of it. But as for my orchid, it is actually in another container, so that is why I put it down in this can right here. But yes, you can go ahead and start growing something in a can just like that. And of course, these are some more black pots that I have growing in from day one, I think, when I just started my garden. I now have some peppers in there. And this is also another container that I have used in the past to grow bok choy. And this is an Arizona bottle. Did I leave out anything? Oh yes, I did. I have to go back over there, guys. All right, so this is a tote I got from work. And I think 2 days ago, I sowed some red amaranth in there. And guys, look closely. They have already germinated. How excited am I? So y'all know what this means? I am going to sow some more red amaranth. And here I have some more carrots left to be harvested. And they are in another one of my baskets that I found by the wayside. I think it's time to harvest these carrots, whether they're big or not. I think I am done now. Am I? I think I have just one more thing to show you guys. Oh, and here is a lettuce that is growing in another one of the stackable plant right here. I am trying my best to end this video now, guys, but every time I turn around I see something that I have to show you. So I have some bell peppers growing in these 5-gallon buckets right here. I think I am done with this area, so let me move along. And this is another container that you can utilize. Here I have a lime tree growing in it, and I'm not sure what size it is. And guys, whenever you have a container of this size or this size, please do not plant just one thing in that container and waste all of that space. You can go ahead and research companion planting and see what type of plants you can actually grow together. All right, over here I have my sugar snap peas, and I have a cabbage down in here. I have a rosemary, and I have some kale. I need to come and get this off. So we have a lot of options, guys. A lot of options. Lots and lots and lots of options. You remember this stackable planter? Up until now I haven't even planted anything in it. Sooner than later something will be going in there. And the reason why this container only have one cabbage in it is because I was not at my my peak in planting stuff, but it do have a lot of space on the inside that I can grow other stuff in there, and I will definitely be planting some other stuff in there. Okay, so there you have it, guys. I do not think you should have a reason for not starting a container garden, because that is what I am doing. So I'm actually going to be promoting a container garden. Okay, so if you see any containers that you like and you think that you would grow in, go ahead and comment down below. What type of containers are you growing in, and what do you grow in your containers? Okay, so I thank you very much for joining me again over here in Zone 10A, Florida, in my container garden, and I will see you soon in another video. Ciao.